Hello Ds, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we share with you a lot of interesting and useful information from Benidorm town and Spain in general. Today, as every Monday and Friday, it's time for the latest news update. What has happened in Spain that you might be interested in knowing? First of all, shortly about the situation, the cases are still increasing here in Spain, but bottom line, long story short, it's not something that concerns too much. Yes, hospitals and primary consultations might be a little bit more busy than it was previously. However, a lot of people are at home, they're living their usual lives even though they are infected with COVID, and it's not something that is concerning the government and that might make us go back to restrictions. So everything good so far. By the way, a lot of people are getting negative results. Even though they are positive cases, they're getting like late positive results, which is also making the virus spread way more, because they think they're negative but actually they're positive. It was just too early to make the test. This is the situation right now in Spain, but we are living as we did before. No major changes, no restrictions, no nothing at all. The travel restrictions still remain the same. There is no mentioning so far from the government side on when they will stop asking the travel certificate for third countries to travel to Spain. As soon as it will be, we will let you know. And the last two news are really important. First of them is really important for all those of you who have rented cars or want to rent a motorcycle to visit the most touristic viewpoints here in Benidorm, because the roads to them will be shut down. And the second news is about the famous touristic tax in the Valencian community, because very soon we will know if we'll have it or not, and I will give you the exact date for that and some more details. Let's start with the touristic protected places here in Benidorm. As you all know, the most famous viewpoints probably to check on the lovely Benidorm skyline are situated at the Benidorm Cross or at the Tossal de la Cala, which is basically the end of the Poniente beach. I'll show it to you in a second. Right there is a lovely chapel from where you can get amazing views to Benidorm skyline. And before, although there were some slight signs saying that only residents can pass, however, people with cars were able to get really close. And in case of Benidorm's cross, even up until the very best cross, they were able to get with car and park it right there. However, right now it's not going to be the case. Cars were just really invasive in these areas, especially in summer. I'm going to put you a few pictures right here. This one here is, for example, La Cala Tío Chimo. Very lovely Cala area, small beach situated right at the beginning of a natural park in Benidorm. And in summer, this is what was happening. A lot of cars were in there when actually it's forbidden to do so. The same was happening with the Benidorm Cross, with all the other streets, and locals were just saying they could not even park their own cars to access the area where they actually live. There was a lot of noise, a lot of vandalism and drinking parties. Botellón, it's called in Spain, when you actually drink like on the street in big groups. So it was quite uncomfortable for locals as well. And finally, the municipal hall has decided to close it. Not only they've put these type of signs on the roads, but also if someone would eventually pass up until the area where they're not supposed to go, there are specific columns there to prevent from passing any further. So cars will just need to park earlier down the street. Apart from that, if this won't work, they've installed some cameras, which they also say by these signs that if any car that shouldn't be there will trespass that area, will cross that border, they will get a fine from the police. What kind of fine it will be, if it's going to be big or small, they did not mention just yet, but this is what they're doing right now. Obviously, it's affecting cars and motorcycles. However, people are still able to pass with the bicycle, with the e-bicycle, with the scooter, for example, or by feet walking. Obviously, people are able to go. A lot of people will not be visiting these viewpoints because it's just going to be really hard for some of them with mobility issues to go walking such a big distance. Let me know if you will still be visiting these places, knowing that you cannot access closer with a car or with a motorcycle. or if on contrary you were visiting it by feet and it's not going to affect your decision on visit these amazing places from where you can get just perfect best pictures possible of the skyline of Benidorm town. And the second news is about the tax. As soon as first words of tourist tax in Valencian community started to surround us, I've immediately made you a video months and months ago when no one hardly even knew that this might exist. And I was telling you that Valencian community is totally of the opposite opinion, that all the hotels, bars, hosteleria, everyone basically here, all the businesses say no to a touristic tax. This was basically the idea of a few political parties that decided to do so. What is actually happening right now? On this Thursday, these political parties will vote, either say yes or no to the touristic tax. If they say yes, it's going to be imposed. Probably it's not going to be this year already, but starting from 2023. And it will be like a few euro, depending on the category of the establishment where you are actually staying. And if you are coming to the apartment, then probably you won't be affected if it's your apartment. But if it's a rented vacational place, they might charge you this rate. And what they are actually saying right now is that these three parties, back in 2019, when the pandemic started, they've already signed the official document where they agreed to put the touristic tax. And right now they say it's not going to be any different. So if they decide to do so, this is going to be going totally the opposite direction than all the businesses are, than all the locals here, all people somehow related to tourism. This is going to be totally the opposite way they will be heading. And people here that have their businesses, hotels, bars, restaurants, cafeterias, souvenir shops, commercial centers, everything that is related with the tourism, because it's the main motor of our area. I'm not sure what they will do. Maybe there'll be even protests, or maybe they'll just deny on doing so. Maybe they will not charge it even though they should be. We will see. But this Thursday is the most important date for Valencian region, which is when we'll decide yes or no to the touristic tax. And the most interesting thing is that Sevilla in Andalusia, they've seen that obviously there is a touristic tax already in Catalonia, in Balearic Islands, and now Valencian community probably will have it as well. So what they did say is that, okay, they will have it, why we don't have it? So right now Sevilla also is studying to impose a touristic tax for their area, only in Andalusia, not the whole Andalusia region, and put it as well in order to get some extra money for the streets cleaning, for getting better, making better the town for tourists, and just to be able to cope with all the costs that they have right now to maintain the streets clean and maintain the good level for tourists and for locals of the town, of the cleaning as well that they have right now. Personally speaking, we might think that it might affect the tourism here in the area, but I must say that in Catalonia, for example, since they've imposed the tax, it wasn't as affected as we might feel. People just got used to it, and that's it. In Balearic Islands, it's basically the same. People still go. There's still a lot of tourism in there, and the hotels are full on summer season. So at first, we might think that it might be something that will affect us a lot and tourists a lot, but since people love Benidorm, a lot of you have been coming here for decades even, and I don't think that these few euros will just make people not to come here and search for other destinations. Of course, there will be some that will not be willing to come any longer, but I personally don't think that it's going to be such a massive change to our tourism level. Let me know what you think here in the comments down below. And now let's talk about the weather. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming right now to Spain? We have a second heat wave hitting us really hard these days, and it's going to be more pronounced. It's going to be during a longer period of time. Right now at 9:45 in the morning, it's already 30 degrees here on the outside, and as you could have seen, I've been moving together with the shade, but it's almost disappeared here from the beach area. This heat wave will be affecting all Spain in general up until the end of this week probably. The worst part will be Wednesday, Thursday this week. These alerts due to extreme heat will be almost in all parts of Spain. Here there's just yellow alert, but still it's quite a lot of heat, I must say. And it's going to be sunny. The sun will be shining as it is today. No clouds at all whatsoever. Temperatures are really high in all south parts of Spain, as well as our Mediterranean area and center of Spain. Here today it's going to be around 34 degrees maximum. In Alicante 32, Barcelona 30, Granada 39, Malaga 30 degrees today, Sevilla 42 absolute maximum for today's day, Madrid 38, Murcia 35, Balearic Islands 33, Canarian Islands 27 to 32, and Valencia 33 degrees today. Wednesday is going to be the worst day ever because it's when we will hit maximum of 46, 47 in south parts of Spain, and here it's going to be 36 to 37. The water temperature, due to high temperature of the air, will reach 26.1 degrees at the beginning of July. However, it will drop to 25.9 during the next following days. This is the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm town during the second heat wave here in Spain. If you're coming during these days, make sure you protect yourself, use sunscreen, sun hats, cold water bottles with you, hydrate yourself very well, and I hope you'll have an amazing holiday in here. Bye!